Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and a poorly lit and gloomy workshop. So what we're going to be doing in this episode and probably the next, well at least the next two, maybe three, is fixing this truck again. It's broke. Well, it's not broke, I'm just really not happy with it. Now I've got a whole, and I'm not kidding, I've got a whole list of stuff that needs doing. Number one, transfer box. Transfer box is brilliant in this truck. It's only got 28,000 miles on it or thereabout, under 30,000 miles. Great transfer box, but it's a 1.4. Makes the truck really slow. Pulls uphill really well, but the 55 miles an hour, 55, 60 miles an hour, flat out. That's it. You can probably push it to like 65, but your ears start bleeding, which is great fun. So I've got another transfer box to try. I've got a 1.2 out of a disco that we're going to put in this, just to see if putting if it will drive with a 1.2, if it will pull off easier, whether it's not too high geared. I know the top end will be fine, but I bought one the other day. I bought it seems to be a pretty good 1.2 gearbox, and it's just going to get put in there and tested, and we're going to see if that works. And if it is a good box and it does work, it's staying. Second, clutch. The clutch is an LOF clutch that's in it, but it rattles, and I'm not kidding, it rattles. You haven't seen this in other videos, but I've put two gearboxes in this recently. It had a brand new reconditioned gearbox from Ashcroft's. I use the air quotes just to be ironic. It lasted 600 miles before a bearing exploded in it. So that had to come out, go back to Ashcroft's, and they rebuilt it again. So that's what's in it now, but it's difficult to select. For coming down the box, it's difficult to select first and second. So I'm thinking, not only does this clutch rattle, it's dragging, and it's causing it not to stop completely and not mesh up. It's a real pain. So we've got the gearboxes out, we're pulling the clutch out, we're going to put a Valio clutch in it. That's what I've got on my other truck. It's quiet, it works. So that's coming out. So a Valio clutch is going back in. If Valio want to send me one, please. But other than that, it's having a heavy duty Valio clutch in. Then what else has got to be done? I want to sort out, it smokes under load, it's overfueling. I need to sort that out. There's, we've got to fit a new oven. That's just a quick put in and plug in job. And some little alterations on the inside. But I just want to get these mechanical bits sorted. And the last thing is, I want to sort out the bodywork. I sprayed this 3-4 years ago in a hurry. Now, for those of you who don't know what I do, I actually spray cars, and I did this in a hurry, and I cut every corner I could to do it. So what I want to do is definitely the driver's side wing. It's gained a couple of dents that need doing. This one I did not long ago. This wing's okay. Might tart the bonnet up. I might not. But the doors, it's the doors more than anything. These are some fairly old ropey doors that have been repaired. So what I think I'm going to do is buy new door bottoms and put new door bottoms on and get them to fit a bit better. This one actually fits okay. The driver's side one doesn't. The door's twisted. It's had new metal put in the bottom. So get a new set of doors, get them to fit right, repaint them, get them back on, repair the back door. That is starting to bubble across the bottom. So possibly end up pulling the skin off and reskinning that frame, because that's a custom built door. Someone else has built that in the past and it's taller by about that much. Doesn't stop me getting a brand new door, cutting it, lengthening it, making it myself. I can do that, that isn't a problem. But I want to sort that out too. So there's a fair few bits along this video, I guess a video series, that it's going to be. So first thing, let's have a look at this new gearbox I've just bought. transfer box, sorry. So here's my hopefully good used transfer box. Like I said, I'm just literally going to stab this in and test it, see what the gearing's going to be like. I know it's going to give me the top end gearing I need, but with these 33-inch tyres, am I going to be too high a ratio in the lower box that the truck won't want to pull off? That is what I've got to look at. Now, my Disco's got exactly the same setup, same size tyres, same transfer box. Actually, that transfer box has got a special set of gears in it. It's not... In fact, I think it's actually lower than this one. So this might be a bit better. Not by much, but just a little bit. When I had that... Well, that's another Ashcroft's one. They couldn't get the right gear set, so they built the closest ones they could. Not having a go at Ashcroft's, they're usually pretty good, but it just really annoyed me that that gearbox blew up. But this is, you know, a supposedly good transfer box, and you know what? It feels quite nice. There's very little play in it. That's it. There's that's like, before it takes up slack on that front bit, there's probably 10 mil of what's it. That's no gauge. I mean, there could be no noisy bearing in it or anything. But I'm going to drain the oil out, get it on the bench, and we'll have a look at it. But it sounds really smooth. So it'll definitely be good enough to try, and if there's nothing wrong with it, like I said, it's staying in. Right, I'm going to have to lift this on the bench, and these are bloody heavy things. Probably ought to get the oil out of it as well. Right, I've lifted this up so that I can drain the fluid out of it, and there's the drain plug, and that's loose. So there's possibly no fluid in this transfer box. Oh, actually there is, and it's clean-ish. And there's very little metal on the magnet. Doesn't smell burnt, it smells like clean gear oil. You can see that, can't you guys? Yeah, I'll get the camera in a sec and show you. And we'll just let that dribble out. There's not a lot in there, but the lad I bought this off was going to put this in his own Defender and then decided to put a TD5 one in. And there's I don't know what he's got in his Defender, but he ended up putting a TD5 in it. But let me bring this a bit closer. Oh, are you going to focus? You might. Don't focus on my hand. There you go. Very little metal on it. That's a good sign. And this isn't like super dirty. I said it feels good, so I'm going to let that drain for a bit. Find a bit of cloth in the bin. Like I said, that there's not much oil in it, but what there is isn't bad. I think we've got a good one. I'm hoping we've got a good one. Right, I've dropped this off the stand. Let's have a look inside it. See, oh, they're tight. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like it when they're that tight, especially into aluminium. I guess there's a lot of silicone in these threads. These just seem awfully tight. Just that one feels like it's going to break. I don't... Yeah, that was warm by the way the smoke came out of that one. These look like they've been thread locked. Ah, moment of truth. Sludgy, very sludgy. Does not look to have any metal in it though. We also don't know how long this is stood as well, so there's a little bit of rust on those gears. This is stood for a while. This has been off the vehicle for a while, but you know what? Not as bad as you would first think. I think we've got a winner. We've certainly got one we can test anyway. Right, let's start taking the gearbox out of the truck and we'll give this a clean. Give this a wash out with some brake clean, I think. Now that I've determined that the transfer box is usable, I am going to pull this interior out for the 4th time this year, which fills me full of joy. I tell you, I am sick of seeing the gearbox in this truck, but yeah, I've got to get it all out. So that's seats, cubby box, all the soundproof matting. The hardest bit's getting the soundproof matting out, trust me. It's a maul on your own because it's got a mind of its own. It's sort of moulded into place and you've got to sort of wrestle it out piece by piece. So yeah, well, nothing else to do but pull it out, as the stop talking about it. I still hate cars. Start with the easy bits, get the seats out. I'm not going to film all of this, guys. I'm going to start ripping it all out and we'll come back once I've got all the transmission tunnel out, which is probably going to take me an hour and a half at least. But yeah, let's get all these bits away. See the rust stain in here? This wasn't here the other day. It's only since I bought the truck back in, when did I bring it in? A couple of days ago. Well, it's sat here and you can see the rust down here, and I've cleaned the rust off here. It was all over the side step, but it's actually coming out the bottom of the door. It's full of water. That's not very well focused for you, is it? There you go. It's I've replaced these bottom rails. These were done when we built the truck. Yeah, what's that, 3-4 years ago? But they're not brilliant, and there's water actually running out of here and literally dripping off there. So this door, because it's been outside, is full of water. well, the tube, I mean, there's not much in the door, is there? It's just a canvas cover. But yeah, that's why these are getting changed. Oh, this job just got worse. I've just realised something. Not only is it the 4th time that I'm going to have to take all this out this year alone, I broke my cordless ratchet. And you've got all these 10mm bolts to take out. Oh, it's going to take forever. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to order another one and wait a day for it to come, because I just can't be bothered taking them out by hand. I'm just going to order another cordless ratchet. Right, to the computer. I'll be back on this in a bit. It's a couple of days later. I've got a cordless ratchet. See, if I'd said nothing and just appeared with this, you'd have been none the wiser. Because look, continuity, same overalls, even the same t-shirt. The only thing I've buggered up is I have my hair cut. But yeah, I can now take it all apart. These are great, these are. They're less than 30 quid off eBay. So if you actually break them, you don't worry about it. And they work really well. So they come with 2 batteries, and 1 battery tends to last me all day. So yeah, well worth 30 quid, even though I had to wait for a replacement one after breaking my other one. Right, I'm going to get this floor out. So much easier. There's the Ashcroft's gearbox that wants to keep having to be taken out. I am fed up of seeing that gearbox. So I've got access to everything now, so I can start taking this all apart again. If you haven't noticed, guys, I'm not overly enthused about taking this all apart for the 4th time. But I can get to everything now, so I'm doing my best with the lighting because it's dark in here, but I can unplug everything, I can get to everything and drop the prop shafts off. What I am going to do is drain the oil out of the transfer box and save it, because that's only been in for 200 miles, and tip it into the new transfer box to flush it, basically, just to flush all the crud out that's in the other box. Because well, we don't know if it's any good, so I'm not going to put brand new oil in when that oil that's in there's only got a couple of 100 miles on it. I'm going to drain the oil out of the main box and dump that, because that is a new box, and I just want to get all the you know, just flush it out. So it's done a couple of 100 miles. I'll change the oil in it. But yeah, I'll start breaking this down, and we'll get that clutch out and change it. But I will have to order one first, because I haven't got one. So we'll get one of them ordered, and we'll start breaking this down. So before I actually start ripping this gearbox out, I actually haven't let you listen to how rattly this clutch is. So let me find the keys, which go in there. It's literally the smallest key on the key ring. Very difficult to do with one hand. There it is, I can see it, I can't get it. That isn't it. Hang on. Found it. Ignore that. It's, I think that's in neutral. Yep, that's in neutral. Right, let's start this off with the clutch in and try not to put it through the workshop wall. It doesn't sound too bad. That clutch is rattly, and it gets worse. It gets worse as it gets warm. So saying right now, that doesn't sound too bad. It's sod's law that when it's cold it isn't that noisy, but it does get worse, guys, I tell you. So I've had this running for a couple of minutes, just like warm up. But that's how much louder that clutch is. Ignore the spring on the clutch pedal catching. And it depends on how you bring the clutch up. That is why it's coming out. Oh, that's so much nicer when you turn that off. But that clutch is noisy. There's shut up, reversing camera. That is the reason it's coming out. I've been busy. I've taken the exhaust off. I've dropped the prop shafts off as well. So it's had the prop shaft delete. So I can now pull the handbrake off and start draining some of the fluids. The front UJ on the front prop shaft was not very clever. It's not like worn out as such, but it's really loose. It's got a tiny bit of play in it. Now, the back UJ is an original one as far as I know. It doesn't look like it's ever been changed. Really, really tight. This front one, I changed this when we built the truck, and it's just not held up at all. Don't know what make it was or anything, but yeah, that's going to have to be changed too. Oh, I'm sorry about the absolutely appalling lighting, guys, but I would normally have the workshop doors open, but the weather is awful. I can get the other one out with the spanner, I think. But yeah, this, you can probably hear that rain actually. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible out there. So I've got the workshop doors shut. God, look at the water running off the back of the trailer. Well, I gave up last night. The weather was horrible and all my lights had gone flat, so I've got to take this transfer box out. Everything's pretty much undone. I've got a cable tie to cut there. There's a bolt here. There's another one up there that you can't see. There's 3 more round there and 3 round the other side, and then I'm going to lift this off. Got all the other stuff off, so it's not too bad. And then it's down to the transfer box, down to the gearbox then, and I can lift that out with the crane. But let me get this off, and we've got the so-called good one to replace it. Okay, this is ready for lifting off. I think that is the best camera angle I can give you guys, because I am filming on my own as normal. But I'm really looking forward to lifting this off again on my own. These are not light. They really are not light, and they are awkward. So I'm about to drop this on my chest. So let me put this microphone down, and about to injure myself. And if I do, you get to see it first. What's stopping it? I can't see. It's just, oh, it is actually just balancing on the shaft. There we go. I didn't kill myself, but I am stuck. Wow, they never get any lighter, I tell you. Yeah, they really don't get any lighter, do they then? It's a little wonder why I've got a bad back, bad hips, bad shoulders, and all the other things that are wrong with me. Bloody hell, must be stupid, man. Right, drag that out, let's do the gearbox. Again, still not impressed. Well, I've jumped ahead on this a little bit, guys, because it was just more unbolting. So I've dropped the gearbox mount off this, got it slung up on a piece of rope, as you can see, and that should be the last nut holding this gearbox on, and it is. There you go, it's off. Right, now we can delete that LOF clutch. God, that came off far too easily, didn't it? Let's lower that down a little bit. Ah, you know what I haven't done? I haven't taken the clutch sleeve off. Damn. Okay, I'll crawl back under there and take the clutch sleeve off. Luckily that's on a flexi hose. Okay, that's the clutch sleeve undone. That's a lot freer now. Fancy forgetting that. That's easy done when you take so many bits off. This is going to be awkward. Be one of them. A little bit at a time, keep pushing it backwards. I've only got to put this on the floor. It's not even going to come off the cradle because it's only going straight back on. Oh, it must be nearly beer o'clock. A little bit more. Right. Try not to smack that shaft against there, which I've done before now. Stuck now. Literally, I'm stuck. Doesn't need to go down that far. That can stand there. We'll put some axle stands under that gearbox and lay it rest there. So eventually found a socket that will fit this because I forgot these were on Allen keys. But I've actually got the right sockets, but they're actually packed in the other truck ready to go. I've already put all the tools in the other truck. So I have to go and raid the tiny toolbox to make something up to fit this, because I forgot they use Allen headed bolts for this. She's stupid really, they should use a nut and bolt. I mean, most clutches go on with a 10mm nut and bolt, don't they? Well, a 10mm bolt I should say, not a nut and bolt. I can't see anything obviously wrong with this, why it was rattling so badly. So I mean, the clutch was working fine. Where's that bolt? Somewhere in there. I know it's in there. There we go. I think there's one more somewhere. Yeah, there is there. Oh no, I've done that once before and then I had to crawl underneath to get it. everything eventually reaches the floor. Hopefully the gearbox will stay where it is, because that's sitting on a load of cribbing at the moment, so this would be a lot easier to do if the gearbox wasn't in the way. That might be the last bolt, you know. Usually get to this point and then you drop the clutch plate. I've done that before now and broke the clutch plate. Let's get the clutch plate out. Put the clutch plate there. In fact, we'll just leave that there for a minute. Let's move that. Right, let's go and have a look if we can find anything obvious. Let's see what we can see. Obviously that's the clutch fork, but the back of the plate looks okay. Barely worn in actually. Can you see where it hasn't even rubbed through yet? There's 800 miles on this clutch. The springs all look good. So, nothing obvious on that. Ew, greasy. Well, let's have a look at this pressure plate. Right, straight off the bat, can you see that hot spot that runs round? That's not right. And, can you see this on camera? Let me look in the monitor and I'll tell you if you can see it. So, there is high spots there, 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 there. That's a bit of dirt. There, there, there. Just here. There's high spots on this pressure plate. I can really see them, and I don't know if you can. I'll try to get the camera in a minute so that you can have a proper look at them. And they're only on one side. So from there to about there, there's high spots on this pressure plate and this hot spot that runs all the way around the pressure plate. Then again, if the clutch plate's been getting hot, yeah, you might get the hot spot all the way around, but there's definitely high spots. You can't feel them, they'll be microscopic, but they definitely look like high spots to me, and probably there as well, but only on one side. So if there's high spots on the pressure plate, that would explain it dragging. Doesn't explain it rattling. Now the rattling could be down to it having a metal thrust bearing. This is a machined metal thrust bearing. If that's coming in contact with the clutch forks, because it's rattling when it's not got pressure on it, so it's engaged. If that's touching that, that could be your rattling, if this is doing that. Yeah, that could be it. That's not clearing. But that wasn't the problem, it was even dragging, and that's me dragging problem. We have the camera in, see if you can see high spots. Might help you just see them. See all the the little skip marks? They are definitely high spots. And they probably would have machined themselves away eventually, but there's definitely something been going on. Like I say, you can't feel it, but you know, Here's what it is. It's out now and it ain't going back in. It's another day and I've had a parts to deliver it. New clutch. Hopefully we don't have the same issues. Hello Ted. Ted's about to push the camera over, guys, so if you see everything go over, it's Ted. Come here, Ted. You can get through. Hello. Look at this. I've got toys to play with now. Go on. Come out of the workshop. Go on. Be gone. You can't get out now, can you? Go on. He didn't knock the camera over. Should have bought myself something to cut this with. This is really good tape. I'm running out of room to film as well. There's parts and gearboxes everywhere, and Ted's back. Can you see that clutch through the dog? Really? Go away. Go on. Go. There you go. One new pressure plate. That's nice. A little bit smaller than the other one, but not much. I've had great success with these in the past. I wish I'd put that in to start with. But you live and learn, don't you? So that looks okay. Trusty snap-on screwdriver comes to the rescue for opening everything. And shiny new pressure plate. Not as fancy as the LOF one, but it's going to be lighter. I know it's not going to be as hard to press down. This is the heavy duty version, but it's not as heavy duty as the LOF one. But we're building an Overlander, not an extreme truck, are we? Hey Mark, this snap-on screwdriver comes in for everything. I had this off Mark, by the way, if you hadn't just worked that out for yourself. NSK bearing. I must have about a dozen of them lying around. And a heavy duty clutch fork. And I have more of these than enough. Oh, a new thrust bearing, yeah. I'm not going to, sorry, not spigot bearing. I'm not going to put a new spigot bearing in, there's no point. That one's only done 800 miles, I'm not changing that. It'll be fine. What do you reckon, Ted? You reckon it's going to all work this time? Because we bloody hope so. Right, let's get the stuffed in. Oh, do you want to get oily? Do you want to do some spannering? So, putting this together, definitely the reverse of what we've just done. The most useful thing ever, the best clutch alignment tool you'll ever get, the actual shaft out of a gearbox. I cut that out of a spare gearbox I'd got, so clutch should go on really easily, but holds it all nicely in place. Right, get some more bits. There we go, get that to line up. This would be a lot easier to do without that gearbox hanging there. So normally I just sit there and do it. Stay. Just get all these started by hand, then run them in and torque them up to spec, which is 34 or 35 Newton meters off the top of my head, somewhere around there.
Can't see the last two. Well, while I was just winding the bolts in for the clutch, I looked under the truck. There's a load of blue coolant all over the floor, guys. And I have no idea where it's come from. It's dripping off the diff. I can see it. If I can get the camera in, because the light on the camera is in the way. If I do that, can you see? Yeah, maybe. It's dripping there onto the diff, running round, dripping off the bottom of the diff onto the floor. And no idea where it's coming from, because there's no coolant pipes on this side of the truck. Oh, I just saw a drip. I just saw it. I can see it. Don't know if you can, but the Y connector up on the coolant reservoir, it's dripping off there. Bloody Landrovers. There. That's where it's leaking from. Now, is it the Y connector or is it a loose pipe? Loose pipe, because that twirls in the fitting. Right, is this going to go back on as easily as it came out? They never go back on easily. It's always a lie. Right, it needs to go up. That's almost on, guys. That just needs to go up a touch. May have gone up too far. Yes, I have. I think my angle is wrong. That looks about right. So close. Problem is, it's not in gear, so I can't turn the front shaft. It's just not lining up on the splines. That go in gear? No. These either go straight back on, or you can be doing this for hours. There you go, it went on. Right, I'm going to bolt this on and get the engine mount on. the gearbox mount on. Winner. Gearbox is all in now, clutch is all in, all seems to work. Clutch is a hell of a lot lighter than the clutch I took out as well, which is surprising. It's a nice surprise that it's a lot lighter. But I was going to run this up to see if it was rattly, but I've got no ATF, so I thought I'd got some in stock, so I've just had to order that. So I'm now going to put the transfer box on. That's all back in. I didn't record it because it's pretty much just the same as taking it out, like I said before, but there was just a hell of a lot more swearing involved putting it back in, because God, they're heavy. But that's all ready for testing now. I've topped it up with fluid, so it's got fresh oil in. Just use that to flush all the crap out. I'll run it for like 10 miles and dump that, and then we'll give that a proper run. If it's okay, it can stay in. If it isn't and the gear ratio works right, that can come out and go for reconditioning. Like I said, that clutch is in. That's much better now with that clutch in. Feels a lot lighter, so happy with that. Cured the water leak that just mysteriously started. But right, I've just got to get everything else back on now. It's another day and the oil's finally turned up. I've got some ATF for the gearbox. So I'm going to top that gearbox off and we're going to see if this clutch rattles like the old one did. I think it holds about 2.5 litres of oil, something like that. I'm going to tip it in till it runs out. So the moment of truth, does it rattle? I hope not. Clutch is nice and light. The wipers work. So I'll start it with the clutch in just to make sure it's out of gear, because obviously no gear lever, don't know if it's in gear or not. And I've got a bad earth. Ah. You know what that is? That's anticlimactic. That's a wah, wah, wah. Right, don't know why that won't start. I've just checked the earths that go to the gearbox, because one of them comes straight from the battery, so whether it was getting a bad earth, it looked okay. I've tightened it up and it was, well, it was tight anyway. I've loosened it and tightened it back up, make sure it's got a good contact. The battery's fully charged. I've just had a battery charge on it, it says it's full. So 12.7 volts in the battery. Let's give it a go. If it goes click again, I have no idea. Except for it's having no exhaust on it, gearbox sounds a lot quieter. Right, I'll put the microphone down there so you can have a listen. That's with the clutch in. It did rattle a bit, but I lifted it back up and it went away. But everything is loose as well around it, so some other things could be rattling. I'd say that doesn't rattle anymore. I want to drive it like that. Oh, that turbo whistle, man. That sounds ace. I want to keep it. Oh, silliness. It's ace. I'd say that clutch doesn't rattle. Something was rattling, but I don't think it was the clutch. I think we fixed that. Right. Now then again, I didn't have a listen if the transfer box was rattling. Was it actually turning? No, I'm not going to try it. I'm liable to put it through the garage wall. Right. We're waiting for a UJ for the front, and then we can put this floor back in. We can take it for a test run, see if this gear set works. But before that, I'm going on holiday. See you in a bit, guys. I'm all back from the 2025 trip. What a great trip it was. Lots of breakdowns. Well, not actually breakdowns, a lot of mechanical issues. You'll see when the video comes out, even though I am having issues with the audio on that video at the moment. But we're back on with Beryl, and we'll get this UJ replaced. Now, if I put that next to my microphone, you might not be able to hear that actually. No, you can't. But I can feel the play in it. So we need to change this. You can, well, hang on. You can see how floppy it is. That UJ just has not lasted. Oh, you might be able to hear that. Hang on. Maybe not. The original end still actually fairly tight. That's a greasable one. I'm not sure if that one's not been replaced. No, that's an original one because there's paint on it. So that one's okay, but that one ain't gonna last. So let's get this apart. This is a GKM prop shaft. I've just seen the markings on it. And funnily enough, I have GKN UJs to go back in, so that's good. So whatever that UJ was I used, which I can't remember, guys, it's a long time ago. Well, actually it's not that long ago, it's only 2 years. Let's get this apart. Let's see what a mess I can make of this, because it's, well, this is the last one I actually replaced. We had one go on the trip while we were in Spain, but I didn't replace it. We had a garage do it because it was a double Decardin one and we hadn't got a vise to whale on it. But I have a press, a vise and all the stuff here, so I'm sure I can make a hash of that. Now, limited amount of space to work in. I went on Amazon and bought some circlip pliers, and they're rubbish. They are the chintziest pliers I've ever seen, but see if they work. And they do work, so I will forgive them, but they're not well made. These look like they were ground off by a child in a slave shop, which they probably were. They've already broke. There you go. Teach me go on Amazon and buy stuff, won't it? Well, I'm going to have to regrind them, aren't I? Yeah, those circlip pliers are rubbish. The metal's that soft in them. I just pressed them back flat in the vise and they didn't break. So they're not even hardened. Yeah, you get what you pay for, I guess. Let's see if we can press one of these out. It should be easy enough to press out. Well, I've got a press, so it should be easy. As per usual, it took me longer to set all the bits up than it is to actually press it out. There we go. That went straight away.
Of course, I've done it on the end. Oh, you may not be able to see that. Hang on. I've done it on the side where the focus, come on, where the grease nipple is. So I'll push it the other way now. Oh, every time a winner. Just so much easier than hitting it with a hammer. There we go, it's getting cut apart. Right, back to the bench. Let's, oh, I might be able to pull the caps off actually, yeah. There's the needles. Get the cap off the other end, I might well get this apart. And maybe not. Just going to pull it apart on the bench. So while I struggle to get my glove back on, the microphone died, guys. I'm sorry about that. My radio mic all died on me. So I ended up taking the grease zerk out, or grease nipple as we know them as, and pressing the other cap off. So I've just got to press this side off now. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the, what are they called, the flanges. Are they flanges? No, they're not flanges, are they? They're called something else. It'll come to me in a minute what they're called. You can shout it out if you want. It's like, it will help. I'm just trying to think what they're called. But anyway, those bits that the caps go into aren't broke. Pressing it back the other way is the more difficult bit, so that it doesn't jam up. The other one wanted to jam up on me and break the cap. No, that one's going to go straight through. There we go. Aha! There's the problem. Battery's about to go on the camera, but that one was bone dry. That was the one that was going. So even though this was greasable, no grease was getting through. So that one had grease in, that one had grease in, that one was grease, that one rusty. So yeah, I was right, there was something wrong with it. I've got my new bearing to go back on. Well, UJ, not bearing, is it? It's multiple bearings. It's a GKM bearing, so should go back on no problem at all. So it matches the shaft. But I got these ones because they've got longer grease nipples, or grease zerks. The problem I was having with that front one, because it had got a short grease nipple. Oh, come on, focus. Because it had got the short grease nipple, you couldn't get grease into it properly, and obviously that's why it went. So, right, the joy of trying to put one of these together without losing all the needle bearings. Now, I never know. Someone will tell me in the comments, Do you put that end on first, or do you put that end on first, or does it make no odds? Well, they've got grease in them, so let's take these apart. They're nicely greased, so they're going to keep the needles in place. Just having a look whether it's going to be easy. I don't think it makes any odds at all. I'll have the GKM bit looking at her so I can see it. And so just compress that together, nice and gentle like. We'll be back in a second. That's that pressed back in. That's a lot tighter than the other one. Not overly tight, it moves nice and freely, but it's got some resistance. So, so much easier doing it, there you go, did focus, there you go. So much easier doing it with the press than wailing on it with a hammer. Right, now for the difficult bit, put the long bit on. And try not to do what I just did, was walk around behind the back of the camera, around the corner, drop one of the caps. Luckily the grease held all the needle rollers in place. So I did think I'd be looking for them on the floor. But no, luckily they stayed in place. Just like dropping that one. And the grease is great, keeps them in place. Don't know what sort of grease GKN use, but it's good grease. It keeps the rollers in place. Right. And as that one won't push in, as one of the rollers just fell over. Usually, oh no, it's gone in. Let me just double check that one of the rollers hasn't fell over. I've had that before. No, it's just tight. That'll do. Right. Don't press this one together without things exploding. And there goes my socket. Well, that pressed in easy. Now I'll put a circlip on that side and I'll just press the other one in against the circlip. Right, put the circlip in that side. Just going to press this down onto that. I'm not going to wail on it, it won't take a lot of pressure. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it because you blow the circlip through. That's it, went stiff. Should be right. Yeah, you can get the circlip in. Cool. Oh, that's better. Right, bob the circlip in this side, because obviously the circlip's name is Bob. Done, sorted. That feels so much better. put the grease nipple on that and grease that one up. Now the dilemma is, do I do that one? Now on the trip that we've just been on, you know I said the ball joints were worn out on the truck? Well, you'll see in the trip that they definitely were, and they felt like that. And I'm thinking I should do it while I've got this out, because I'll only be revisiting it otherwise, won't I? Yeah, I'll do them. Get that grease nipple in, and at least I've got a fully rebuilt front prop. And the back prop is new-ish, it's a couple of years old. That was a custom built one, so that should be good. That just needs greasing. I'm also thinking of putting a slick shift in. Now, just to make the gear throw a bit shorter, do I put a slick shift in? I think I will. I might order it. It won't be in this video because this one's going out on Sunday and it's Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday today. It's Wednesday today. So I won't get here in time for this to be edited and go out. So probably in the next video on the truck we'll be putting a slick shift in as well. But in this episode we are going to be taking this out in a few minutes and giving it a test run. And I am going to change that other UJ. That's fully rebuilt. I ended up doing both ends. It seemed stupid not to while I was doing it, and I got all the parts to do it. So that's one fully rebuilt GKN front prop shaft. So I'm going to stick that on now, which I'm not going to film because I'm not taking the camera under the truck with me. And we're going to take this for a test run, see if that gear set works. But first I'm also going to check that I actually put oil in the gearboxes, because it's been 2 weeks and I can't remember. So right, 9/16? 9/16 spanners. That's everything back on. Prop shafts, gearboxes, well, transfer box, gearbox, new clutch in, new UJs on the front. Go and give it a test drive, see how it runs. I've not got a dash cam in, so I'm going to give this a test drive on my own. I'll bring it back and tell you what it runs like, see if this gear set works, see if that transfer box is any good. If the transfer box is noisy, I'm going to rip it back out. If the gear set works and it drives alright with a 1.2 in it, I'll just get that one rebuilt, which is what I've said all along. But I'm just going to give it a try now, and I'll see what it's like in a few minutes. Hopefully everything's okay. Well, straight off the bat, it already feels better. The clutch is so much lighter, guys. It really is. It just is much better. A little bit more revs to pull off, even in reverse. I can tell that because it's not a 1.4, it's a 1.2. And like I was just saying, the clutch is 1,000 times better. Gear selection, dead easy. It's not dragging now. So it was that LOF clutch that was causing the problem. But I'll confirm that when I come back. So what's the verdict? It's actually really good. Transfer box is quiet, so it looks like we've got away with that. There's no row, no like howling bearing noises, nothing like that. Exhaust is hitting the body, but that's just adjustment. I've when I tightened it all back up, I've just tweaked it. So that's just loosened 2 bolts, stop that rattling against the body. The gear ratio is amazing. That 1.2 compared to the 1.4, the truck pulls just the same. It doesn't struggle to pull off the line. no issues. The only difference is I've just been doing 70 mile an hour. That truck wouldn't do 60. It's now doing 70. So that's a game changer. That'll go across Europe. It's faster than my Disco. I'm not exaggerating there, guys. That actually drives faster than my Disco. Absolutely amazing. And now the clutch. The clutch is effortless and it's not dragging the gears. I can just select any gear I want, no problem at all. So it was the LOF clutch dragging what was causing all the problems. So that's out, that's fixed. Transfer box is staying in. Now we've just got to do some other bits, like change the oil in the transfer box again, and that's all done. So on saying that, this video's done, guys. So there's going to be another part 2 to this where I've got a load of other bits to do on the interior of the truck and the exterior, so stay tuned for that. But if you've enjoyed this episode, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment below, and I will see you on the next one.